And the Indian Sports Network is on the air. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Kenny Masterson coming to you live from Elsberry, Missouri, where we are going to see a varsity softball game, varsity high school softball game between the visiting Winfield Lady Warriors and your Elsberry High School Lady Indians. Okay, coming into this game, Winfield is 10-10 on the season. Seems like they've had the weather on their side a little bit better. They've been able to play 20 games this year, whereas Elsberry at 8-6 has only played 14 games. I knew how to add 8 and 6 even without a calculator. The all-time record for Winfield and Elsberry, I say all-time, I mean over the last 10 years. To some people, that's all-time. It's been Winfield 10 wins and Elsberry 2 wins. So Winfield has definitely dominated in the past 10 years. This year seems to be a little more even. Like I said, Winfield is 10-10 on the season, with Elsberry 8-6. And I didn't write them all down, but I was looking to see the teams that they'd played head to head, and the same teams that Elsberry beat or lost to is the same teams that Winfield beat or lost to. So couldn't really look at that as any sort of a barometer. This year, Elsberry has gotten 6.8 runs per game, with Winfield getting 6.9 runs per game. So they're extremely even on runs per game on their offense. Their runs against, Elsberry's a little ahead on that. They've allowed 5.6 runs per game, whereas Winfield has allowed 8.3 runs per game. So again, this seems to be very, very even. I'm looking for a really good game here. Let me go ahead and go over the starting lineups. First, for the visiting for the visiting Winfield Warriors. Whereas leading off is going to be number 13, Audrey Wade, and she plays shortstop. Next up is number 3, Grace Reinebach. She's the pitcher. Number 19, Anna Huckelman. She is the left field. Number 21, Abigail Martin, designated player. Number 17, Tatum Bradshaw, first base. Number 20, Emily Wright, center field. Number 24, Kylie Howard, third base. Number 15, Maggie Jordan, catcher. Number 5, Chloe Wade, right field. And number 2, Alexa Nichols, flex. Winfield is coached by head coach Brian Kime and assisted by Natalie Fleming. Natalie Fleming, not Natala. One of these days I'm going to learn how to read. I can blame Winfield School for that. That's where I graduated from. So if I can't read, I guess I can blame them. So this is my alma mater that's visiting here tonight in Elsberry, my adopted school. And so starting lineup tonight for your Elsberry Lady Indians. Leading off tonight, number 9, Tyra Henderson, shortstop. Number 13, Emma Flaster, second base. Number 15, Kylie Kinsler, third base. Number 19, Morgan Jones, first base. Number 12, Bella Mozzie, designated player. Number 3, Peyton Robinson, right field. Number 20, Kelsey Flaster, left field. Number 16, Mackenzie Gladney, catcher. Number 2, Tiny Henderson, center field. And pitching tonight is number 11, Addison Steele. She is the flex player. And the head coach is Levi Yatsina, assisted by Carrie Koch Dowell. And like I said, Elsberry 8-6 on the season. They've won their last 2 games. They've been relatively close games, but I think the girls looked really good in those games. And I mentioned a little thing I put on Facebook after the last game. I mentioned about how relaxed they looked out there. They had smiles on their faces. They were having a good time, but yet were taking the game serious. I don't mean that they were out there playing around. They were taking it serious, but they were just very relaxed. So that's a that's a good sign going into this part of the season, because there's only 3 games left, and then districts start. And let's see, we got the game tonight. No, there's 4 games including tonight, 3 more after tonight. We got the game tonight, got tomorrow night against Montgomery County, and then Thursday night against Silex. And all of those are here. And then October the 16th will be districts. And I don't know who they'll play or what time they'll play, but they'll be playing in Valley Park. And barring some sort of a disaster on my part, then I will be at Valley Park for that game and be bringing you the game in its entirety. So if you can't be there, then you can watch it while it's happening or watch it later on YouTube. But either way, I'll be having the game for you. And at this point in time, looks like the umpires are out here on the field. The Winfield team hasn't come in from practice yet. It looks like they're coming in now. So in just a couple of minutes, captains will be coming out to meet with the umpires. Captains and managers will be coming out to meet with the umpires, and we'll get this game underway. So until then, let's take a break.
Since 1995, Heartland Restoration has specialized in all types of masonry repairs, concrete restoration, above and below grade waterproofing, snow removal, epoxy joint repair or replacement, and all types of floor coatings. Our mission is to serve you with over 35 years of experience, someone you can trust to do the job right the first time. If you have a project, big or small, please give us a call. Heartland Restoration, 314-993-6377.
Here at People's Bank and Trust, new technology improves our lives. We all know that. But when it comes to your money, wouldn't you just as soon deal with real people rather than recordings and electronics fingerprinting of the mega banks? We put technology to work so we can have more time for you. We're your community bank. People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Everybody knows that high school sports generate suspense, excitement, and drama.
They also generate higher grade point averages, stronger work habits, and greater self-esteem.
Everybody knows that high school sports give us more value for our entertainment dollar.
They also give us leaders committed to strengthening communities right here in Missouri. The true value of playing sports in school can't be measured in wins and losses or dollars and cents. Studies show that participation in sports, along with other extracurricular activities, is one of the best ways to teach leadership, cooperation, accountability, and other invaluable life skills. Don't just stand on the sidelines. Encourage the young people you know to get in the game. When you do, you'll be helping them get ahead in life. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we are back. Looks like the little meeting on the mound is broken up, mostly. And broken up on the Elsberry side anyway. And in just a little bit, the players will be coming out. Elsberry girls will be taking the field. And Winfield will be coming to bat, led by Audrey Wade, the shortstop, number 13. And here's the umpire doing some house cleaning there. Maybe it's not house cleaning, but it is home cleaning, home plate. And I was watching these Elsberry girls before the game in their practice, and their defense looks solid. I know it has on other games, and I've seen it fall apart. But tonight, earlier on, their defense looked very solid. And hopefully they don't let anything get out of the infield. So, looks like Addison Steele getting ready to throw her warm-up pitches. Give Kylie Kinzer a little break here on pitching. And I believe Addison Steele is a freshman. I'm not sure on that. Let me look this up. I believe, though, that she is a freshman. And that means 3 more years after this with some experience on the mound. Well, I don't have it on here what grade she's in. But let's see, how has she done so far? Addison Steele has pitched 31 innings, played in 10 games. She's faced 141 batters. She's thrown 435 pitches. She has a 0-0 win-loss record. But she's allowed 40 hits, 20 runs. Only 12 of those were earned. And she's walked 9 and struck out 25. So here we go. We have Audrey Wade up to bat now. First pitch is a ball. Audrey Wade batting from the right side. There's a call strike, 1-1. Ball hit right to Tyra Henderson. Over to Morgan Jones, 1 out. So 1 up, 1 down after 3 pitches. That's one thing you don't have to worry too much. Tyra Henderson gets a hold of that ball, it's getting over to first base in a hurry. That girl has a cannon. First pitch to Grace Reinebach is a ball. She's number 3, and she is the pitcher. Batting second for Winfield. With a little pink bow in her hair. There's ball 2. Reinebach also bats from the right side. There's a call strike. 2-1 on Reinebach. Nobody on, 1 out. There's the ball hit right to second base. And there was Emma Flaster to pull that one in. Brings up number 19, Anna Huckelman. Left field. So far, 2 up, 2 down. Ball 1, high and outside. Ball 2, high and outside. She needs a taller batter with a longer bat. Ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes on Anna Huckelman, number 19, left field. There's a call strike. I think Huckelman is taking all the way there. So 3-1 pitch. 2 outs, nobody on. There's ball 4. So after the first 2 batters are retired, here is a base on balls for Anna Huckelman. So number 4 batter, number 21, Abigail Martin, their designated player, comes up. She's also batting from the right side. So 2 outs, 1 on. And there's ball 1. Ball high. Gladney looks the runner back. That runner is Anna Huckelman. There's ball 3. There's strike 1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Abigail Martin. Hard hit ball out into left field. And that, my friends, is a home run. That's a 2-run homer for Abigail Martin. So Winfield strikes first. That was about 10 feet in from the foul line, and it cleared the fence by a good 15, 20 feet. That was probably a 215, 220-foot home run. So that brings up Tatum Bradshaw with the bases empty. Ball high. High fly foul, or I should say foul ball back behind us. Strike 1. Ball comes skipping in. Ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Score is 2-0 for Winfield. Got to change that on here. There's ball 3. Swing and a miss. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Three balls, 2 strikes. Bases are empty. 2 runs are in already. There's ball 4. Brings up number 20, Emily Wright, center field. And so Coach Levi and the infield players come in to talk to Addison, maybe try to calm her down a little bit. This will be the number 6 batter for Winfield in this inning, leading off. Winfield has 2 runs in due to a Abigail Martin 2-run homer. And now they have a base runner in the form of Tatum Bradshaw. High fly ball to center field. Tiny is underneath it and has it. She's like a vacuum cleaner out there. So at the end of a half an inning, Winfield jumps out on top, 2-0. Let's take a break.
These days, the concept of value matters more than ever, and you'd be hard-pressed to find a better value than high school sports. Extracurricular activities, including sports, make up about 2% of the budget for a typical Missouri high school. In return, participation in sports promotes citizenship and sportsmanship. Sports also instill a sense of community pride and teach lifelong lessons about cooperation and self-discipline. They encourage physical fitness. They produce community leaders. By offering so many benefits to the community for such a small percentage of a school's overall budget, it's easy to see why high school sports are one of the best bargains around. The real cost would come from not having them at all. High school sports, a winning part of a complete education. This message presented by the Missouri State High School Activities Association and the Missouri Interscholastic Athletic Administrators Association.
Okay, we are back. Let's see. Let's pull up some stats here. Leading off for Elsberry is going to be number 9, Tyra Henderson, shortstop. And Tyra's made 50 plate appearances this year. 44 of those have been official at bat, and she's batting .341. On base percentage has been .420. And she's had 15 hits, 9 of which were singles. And she's the only player on Elsberry to get any home runs, but she's had 3 of them. So, let's see. Grace Reinebach is ready to start throwing some pitches. Tyra Henderson's ready to start hitting some balls. First pitch is a ball inside. Second pitch high and outside, ball 2. And that ball hit the ground and then hit Tyra, so she's on base. So Elsberry gets their leadoff batter on. Brings up number 13, Emma Flaster, second base. Let's see. Emma's been, she's batting .191 this year. Ball high and outside, and Tyra Henderson thought about going to second and decided against it. There's a call strike, but Tyra's down at second base. All right, Tyra Henderson's in scoring position. 1 ball, 1 strike on Emma Flaster. Ball hit right past shortstop. Left field is in to get it. So Emma Flaster on with the hit, and Tyra's over at third. So brings up number 15, Kylie Kinsler, third base, and she's got runners at the corners. Kylie Kinsler's batting .273 this year with 8 singles. Call strike for the first pitch. Flaster stays on first. They were expecting her to take off, I think. Foul ball over to the Winfield dugout. That's no balls, 2 strikes. Third pitch ready to come in. And it comes skipping in, and Flaster's down at second base standing up. And Tyra stayed at third. She was waiting for them to make some sort of a mistake. And she would have come home. But in the meantime, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Kyla Kinsler. Flaster at second, Henderson at first. Hit the ball over the shortstop, and Henderson is home. So there's a run scored. Flaster had to stay at second. Brings up Morgan Jones. She is batting .395. That ball was behind her. That'd have been outside for a left-handed batter. I don't know what you'd call that on a right-handed batter. Ball 2. Kinsler at first. Emma Flaster at second. Nobody at third. 1 run is in so far. Nobody out. Foul ball to the left side. Strike 1. There's ball 3. 3-1 on Morgan Jones. There's a foul ball back to us. Full count now on Morgan Jones. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Ball hit to second. Throw was to first. So she did advance the runners. Runners have advanced with 1 out. Emma Flaster on third and Kyla Kinsler on second. Brings up Bella Mosley with 1 out. She's the designated player, number 12. She's batting .188 on a season. Ball 1. Catcher did a good job of keeping that at the plate. That is Maggie Jordan catching for Winfield. That ball also came skipping in. It's ball 2. Once again, catcher saved a run there. High fly ball in the center field. And Flaster did not take off. So there's 2 outs. 2 outs on Elsberry, and still 2 runners on. Brings up Peyton Robinson, right field. Peyton Robinson is batting .222 on the season. And she's got a pretty little red bow in her hair this game. Ball high and outside. I always like to see which bows she has in her hair. There, she squared the bunt and bunted it foul. Strike 1. There's a call, strike 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Two runners on, second and third. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 1 run is in. There's a foul ball. That would have been a call strike anyway. She needed to swing at that. There's a foul ball. Took all the way to third base to become a foul ball, but it became one. So it remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 runners on, 2 outs. There's a little infield fly, and that was brought in by the shortstop, and that is out number 3. So at the end of 1, we have a score of Winfield 2, Elsberry 1.
Are you familiar with or have you experienced water damage in your business or home? Even if the damage is small, repairs can be very costly, not to mention the unpleasant sight and smell of the damaged area. It's okay, Heartland Restoration is here to help. Give us a chance on your next project. Call 314-993-6377 today.
Ever wonder where your hard-earned money goes when you deposit it? It stays here, at home, to help make living here what we've all come to expect. We've got everything the megabanks do, but we've made a commitment to our community. So when you're looking for the right bank, see People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
All right, we are going into the top of the second inning. And that's going to, for Winfield, bring up number 24, Kylie Howard. She's their third base. So the Elsberry girls get into position out on their defense. Kylie Howard batting from the right side. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Ball 1. It was close. High fly ball into right field. And it's dropping foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hit right up the middle. I thought it was going to take Steele's head off. So leadoff single for Kylie Howard. Brings up number 15, the catcher, Maggie Jordan. Swing and a miss, strike 1. She squares up to bunt and misses it. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Foul ball bounces off the Elsberry dugout. Remains 0-2. High infield fly, and Emma Flaster's right there to catch it. Kylie Howard has to stay at first. Brings up Chloe Wade. Looks like she's batting from the left side. With 1 out and 1 runner on. Ball 1 outside. Foul tip behind us. Strike 1. Ball hit into left center. And Tiny Henderson gets that ball thrown into Tyra Henderson. And she came in with a double on that. And Kylie Howard goes to third. So with 1 out, Winfield has runners on second and third. Brings up Alexa Nichols. No, hold it. She's not going to be batting. They're at the top of the batting order now. Top of the lineup. Number 13, Audrey Wade. Keep forgetting about these flex players. Ball 1 to her. Swing and a miss, strike 1. Good stop there by Mackenzie Gladney. 2 balls, 1 strike. High fly ball into left field. That ball was foul. And Kelsey Flaster just couldn't quite get underneath it. But that's 2 balls and 2 strikes. Yeah, the umpire just said 2 balls, 1 strike. I was like, no, it's 2 balls, 2 strikes. But then he corrected it. 3-2. full count on Audrey Wade with runners on second and third and one out. Ball four, so now the bases are loaded. Brings up Grace Reinbach. She flied out to second base her first time up. One out. And their pitcher, Grace Reinbach, is up. Called strike. No balls, one strike. Hits it right back to the pitcher. She's coming home with it. And that's the only one they get. The throw was down to first also, but they do get the lead runner and saved a run. So we have a 1-2 out there. She reached on a fielder's choice. So brings up number 19, Anna Huckelman. Still bases loaded. Only now there's 2 outs. High foul ball over to the left side. It's going out of the park. Strike one on Anna Huckelman. Oh and 1 on the batter. 3 runners on, 2 outs. High fly ball into center field, and Tiny Henderson right there to pull that one in. So Winfield leaves the bases loaded. And no runs, couple of hits. And the end of 1.5 innings, the score is Winfield 2 and Elsberry 1.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Okay, we are back for the bottom of the second inning, the hometown half of the second inning. Going to be number 20, Kelsey Flaster, left field coming up. She is batting .237 so far this year with 9 hits. 8 of those were singles and 1 was a double. She bats from the left side. Plays left field and bats from the left side. So Grace Roundabout's ready to pitch. Foul ball down the right field side. Nicely hit ball, but it went about a foot out of. It went about a foot foul. So well hit ball, but it records as a strike. Ground ball to second base, and she beats out the throw. It was fumbled by the second base. Their second base is, find it on here, It is Alexa Nichols, the flex player. And so Kelsey Flaster is on to lead off. Brings up Mackenzie Gladney, the catcher, number 16. Ball inside. Gladney's been, she's batting 206 coming into this game. There's a bunt, and she beats it out and advances Kelsey Flaster to second. So once more, some of that small ball that I've talked about all year. Brings up Tiny Henderson, and she's been batting .310 so far this year. So Elsberry threatening here in the second inning. They've got runners on first and second, and the ball gets past the catcher, and the runners advance. And so now we have runners at second and third, nobody out, and Tiny Henderson up to bat. And this young lady is hard to pitch to. She's probably the most difficult to pitch to of any of these Elsberry players. Here's ball two. They do have Lily Smith is running for Mackenzie Gladney. I failed to mention that earlier. When she was on first. That's ball three. 3 balls, no strikes on Tiny Henderson. Oh, she is hit by the pitch. That pitch came right in on her right shoulder. She didn't have a chance to move. She's okay. And so they call a bit of a timeout here. So the Elsberry has the bases loaded with nobody out. And brings up Tyra Henderson to bat. She was hit by a pitch on her first time up. It caught her down around the ankle. Tiny just got hit right up. I don't know if she turned around and hit her on the shoulder blade or hit her on the right shoulder, but she was hit up high. Ball came skipping in, ball one. So Elsberry threatening here with nobody out. There's a called strike. Looked a little bit high, but it wasn't outrageously high. Still got bases loaded and nobody out. 1-1 on the batter, Tyra Henderson, the shortstop. Ball hit into left field, and it is to the fence. 1 run in, 2 runs in, 3 runs in, and Tyra Henderson is on third base with a double. That is a base-clearing double. Still nobody out. 3 runs in on that. That makes the score 4-2. Brings up Emma Flaster. Now with Tyra Henderson on second base. There's a call strike. That same pitch. From this angle, it looks a little bit high, but he's calling it the same every time. And Tyra Henderson just stole third base. The throw was down there. The throw was in time, but the throw was high, and they just couldn't get it down to her. She slid in. So, still with nobody out, Tyra Henderson is on third base, and Emma Flaster has 1 ball, 1 strike. Two balls, 1 strike. Ball hit up the middle, and Tyra is home, and Emma is on first. That brings up Kylie Kinsler. She had a single her first time up. Score is 5-2 Elsberry over Winfield right now. Kinsler up to bat. Emma Flaster on first. Called strike on Kinsler. Foul ball to the left side. Strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. His ball hit right past first base. Kylie's gonna hold up at first. And Emma Flaster goes to third. So still nobody out. Runners at the corners brings up the dangerous batting Morgan Jones. And so Winfield wants a little talk with their pitcher. We got 4 runs in so far this inning for Elsberry. 4 runs in, still nobody out. And I believe we're going to have runners on first and third with nobody out. So they're out there trying to calm down their pitcher. Their pitcher, Grace Reinbach. Try to get her calmed down. And umpire walked out there to break him up. So, okay, we are back to play. Morgan Jones at the bat. Kylie Kinsler on first, Emma Flaster on third. Morgan Jones with a 4-3 put out in the first inning. 4-3 put out in the first inning, but it was a sacrifice. She advanced the runners. So there's a strike on Morgan Jones. The throw was down to third, hit Flaster in the back. Okay, everybody just sort of standing around. Okay, the 0-1 pitch now to Jones. Ball low. They're keeping a close watch on Emma Flaster. Geez, it was hard to not go on singing that. They keep a close watch on His Heart of Mine. I'm not Johnny Cash. I can't sing that. All right, dead ball. Ball hit Jones. It skipped in and hit Jones in the leg. So, once again, Elsberry has the bases loaded after already having 4 runs in this inning. They've got the bases loaded. Bellamazzi up to bat with nobody out. Bellamazzi bats from the left side. Right out to center field her first time up. There's a call strike. There's a ball hit out into left field. Ball hit out into left field, and see how they're going to score all of this. Runners were not advancing. There was one run score came in. Flaster came in. Hold it. What is going on here? There, he's saying she caught the ball. I saw it bounce off the ground. I am not sure what's going on. I, I could swear I saw that ball bounce off the ground out there. So they are out there discussing what's going to be going on. The umpire out in left center. The umpire out in left center says she caught the ball. I swear I saw it bounce off the ground. But either way, Morgan Jones is on first. Bellamazzi is out, and okay, the run scored. So there's a. All right, I'm really not sure what happened. Okay, that ball gets away. Peyton Robinson is up to bat. Morgan Jones runs to second on that passed ball. Peyton Robinson's up to bat. They got, on the last play, one runner was out on the base paths along with the batter. There's a hard hit foul ball by Robinson. 1 ball, 1 strike. But a run did score. There's a bunt to third base, and they get it picked up in time and throw Peyton Robinson out at first. So that rally was cut short, even though they got 5 runs in. It was cut short by, I guess, a catch out in left field. So anyway, let's take a break.
People's Bank and Trust knows that every minute of your day counts, so it's good to have a few time savers on your side. Take internet banking, for example. It allows you to bank from home rather than having to make an extra trip to the bank just to check your balance, transfer funds, or view recent transactions. You can even pay your bills online, eliminating a trip to the post office for stamps. Best of all, People's Bank and Trust offers all of this free of charge. Visit us online at www.pbtc.net and sign up today. Just another example of hometown banking the way it should be. People's Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you have answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable. By making a conscientious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
There's a high foul ball. If I'm not careful, it's going to hit me on the head. But it didn't. So, strike one. Ball hit right to Tyra Henderson. Throw over to first, and she is out. Once again, that young lady has a cannon. Brings up number 17, Tatum Bradshaw. She walked her first time up. There's a base hit out into left field. Something's going on here. All right, just the way the umpire was walking down there, I thought, okay, yeah. He confused me. Anyway, there's a double for Tatum Bradshaw with one out. Winfield has a runner on second. Brings up number 20, Emily Wright, their center field. Ball hit to first, and she is tagged out, and Tatum Bradshaw runs to third. So it brings up Kylie Howard, number 24. Runner on third. Ball hit to Tyra Henderson over to first and out. So halfway through the third inning, the score is 6-2, Elsberry over Winfield.
Hey, hon, what are you doing up so early?
Oh, I'm just getting ready to take care of some stuff with the bank.
The bank? I surely hope you're going to get dressed first. You'd get some pretty weird looks showing up in your robe and fuzzy slippers.
I'm not going to the bank. I'm doing it all right here from home using People's Bank and Trust online banking and bill pay service. I can check our account balances, transfer money, make a loan payment, and even pay bills, all from the comfort of my pajamas. Best of all, it's free.
Banking in your pajamas. Now, if we could only get the grocery store to deliver.
Start banking online today by visiting us online at www.pbtc.net. People's Bank and Trust. Hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC. Equal housing lender.
The score of any athletic event is generally forgotten over time, but the actions of players, coaches, and spectators leave lasting impressions. The next time you attend a high school game, think of how history will remember you. Choose good sportsmanship and help rekindle the spirit of citizenship. Remember, the lessons you teach today will help develop better citizens in our communities for tomorrow. This message has been brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and this local radio station.
All right, we are back for the bottom half, the home team half, the third inning. Through 2.5 innings, we have a score of Elsberry 6, Winfield 2. Elsberry's going to lead off this inning with Kelsey Flaster, the left field. Once again, Kelsey's been batting .237 and up until this game. Ball hit right to the shortstop, over to first and out. Brings up number 16, Mackenzie Gladney, the catcher. One out, nobody on. Ball high. There's a little dribbler. Gets past third base and shortstop both. So Mackenzie Gladney is on with a single. One out single. Brings up Tiny Henderson. She was hit by a pitch on her first time up. So once again, they are putting Lily Smith. They are putting Lily Smith in to run for Gladney. So one out single, runner on first. Tiny Henderson up to bat. And she took a swing at the ball and went foul. Strike one. And Lily is off for second base, and she's in there standing up. Meanwhile, that was a call strike to Tiny. So no balls, 2 strikes. No, I'm sorry. That was a ball. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss, strike 2. All right, I guess I was just psychic and knew there was going to be 2 strikes. Lily Smith down at second base with 1 out. Tiny Henderson up to bat, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Foul ball. Stays, 1 ball, 2 strikes. Everybody stays. Count stays 1 and 2. Lily stays at second base. And the score is staying at 6-2 right now. That can change. There's ball. 2 and 2. Like I said the first time up, Tiny Henderson is one of the hardest batters to pitch to. There's the ball driven to first, and second base picks it up. And in a foot race, they got there 1 step ahead of Tiny. So with 2 outs, Lily Smith, running for Mackenzie Gladney, is over on third base. Brings up Tyra Henderson. She had a base-clearing double her last time up. Scored 3 runs. There's ball 1. Lily Smith 60 feet away from being the 7th run for Elsberry. Ball came skipping in. Ball 2. Emma Flasser on deck if Tyra can get on. There's ball 3. 3 balls, no strikes. Lily Smith on third, itching to come home. There's ball 4. So now with 2 outs, Elsberry has runners at the corners. Emma Flaster up. She's hit safely both times up today. Emma Flaster up to bat, number 13. She's the second base. Tyra Henderson at first and Lily Smith at third. And Tyra Henderson, she was heading for second. And she was heading for second. They threw the ball to the pitcher, and she turned around and came back. So she thought the ball was going to second, I guess. She could have crawled down to second on that, I think. She's going that time, and the throw is to second, and she is in there. Meanwhile, 1 ball, 1 strike on Emma Flaster. And so now Elsberry has runners at second and third. One and 1 pitch. Ball 2 outside. Tyra Henderson on second. Lily Smith on third. 2 outs. Bottom of the third. Ball hit down the right field line, and it is going foul. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Kylie Kinsler's on deck if Emma Flaster can do something. There's ball 3. 3 and 2's the count. 2 outs, 2 runners on. Payoff pitch getting ready to come in. And she was hit by the pitch. So therefore the runners had to stay. That brings up Kylie Kinsler. She's hit safely both times up in the first and the second inning, and now we're in the third inning. Bases loaded for her with 2 outs. There's a foul ball hit down a third base line. Strike 1. Base hit all the way to the fence in left center field. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in. 3 runs are in, and Kylie Kinsler is on third base with a stand-up triple. So that makes the score 9-2. Base clearing double. That's the second one tonight that we've seen. Brings up Morgan Jones. She was hit by a pitch her last time up. Kylie Kinsler at third. She's got to be winded, but she wants to run another 60 feet. There's a call strike on Jones. Ball comes skipping in, ball 1. That was a call strike. Her bat would have had to been about 5 feet long for that one, but it was a call strike. Hard hit ball, but fouled. It was to the left side. Remains 1-2. High foul ball back behind us. Drops in. Still 1 ball, 2 strikes. Kinsler on third, 2 outs. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Jones. Ball gets away, and here comes Kinsler, and she runs right across that plate. And that makes it 10-2. So, nobody on the bases now for Jones. There's 3 balls and 2 strikes. And after all of that, Morgan Jones draws a walk. So, with 2 outs, Bella Mozzie up to bat. She was hit by, she flied out to left field her last time up. Jones on first. And that ball bounces off the pitcher's glove, and the throw is over to first by a shortstop. And she is out for the 3rd out. So with the 6-3 put out, that takes care of Elsberry's 3rd inning. But what was there? 4 runs came in that inning, and we have now a score after the end of 3 innings. The score is 10-2, Elsberry over Winfield. Let's take a break.
You're listening to the Indian Sports Network, courtesy of the Elsberry Democrat. Log on to www.elsberrydemocrat.com today.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
All right, we still have Addison Steele in pitching. She's got a nice, comfortable 10-2 lead, if anything can be comfortable. Winfield brings up Maggie Jordan, number 15. She's their catcher. Swing and a miss, strike 1. That's the thing about these games. 10-2 is not necessarily a comfortable lead. There's a hard hit ball out into center field over Tiny's head. She gets the ball into her sister Tyra, and Maggie Jordan is into second with the stand-up double. So a leadoff double for Winfield. Brings up Chloe Wade, right field. She bats from the left side. And Winfield brings up a courtesy runner. Let's see, that's going to be Zelmer. I don't have a first name for Zelmer on this list. That's That's bringing up Zelmer for to run, courtesy runner. In the meantime, we got Chloe Wade at the bat, and she hits a line drive, and it's going to the fence. So one run is in, and she is in with a triple. They get the ball in. So still nobody out, and the score is now 10-3. That's what I said. These runs are not safe. You can have a big lead go away in a hurry. There's a long foul ball to the right side for Audrey Wade. She's the number one batter, leadoff batter for Winfield. So strike one on her in the fourth inning. They still have Chloe Wade down at third. Here's ball one. Hard hit ball foul into the left field. So we got 1-2 strikes on Audrey Wade. Still nobody out. One run is in so far. And Chloe Wade down at third base. Two balls, two strikes. Three and two. Grace Roundabout, their pitcher, is on deck. Ball hit to Tyra, and it is over in time. Run does score, but they do get the out. So the score is now 10-4. Nice throw there by Tyra Henderson. Grace Runnabach up to bat now. There's a call strike. So one out, nobody on. They've had 2 runs scored so far this inning. Ball hit right to Emma Flaster. So there's 2 outs. Still nobody on. 2 runs have scored. Brings up number 19, Anna Huckelman. She flied out to center field her last time up. Ball came skipping in. Ball 1. Hard hit ball down to left field, but it is foul. Ball 1, strike 1. Hard hit ball between third base and short. So 2 out single by Anna Huckelman. Brings up number 21, Abigail Martin, designated player. The sun is just about set out here, and it's definitely cooled off. There's a foul ball back behind us. Strike one. There is a call strike. From this angle, those look high and outside, but he's calling them every time for both teams. That was just a little bit too much high and outside. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 1 runner on. There's a foul tip. Remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. She just got a piece of it with the end of the bat. There's a infield fly ball that Mackenzie Gladney took care of. That's out number 3. So, at the end of 3.5 innings, halfway through the 4th inning, score is now Elsberry 10, Winfield 4.
People's Bank and Trust invites everyone to come to the game, the high school sports games that are going on right now. All area teams have put a great amount of effort and time in to perfect their skills, and they are ready to play. Support the community schools and students by cheering them on to a great season of games. People's Bank and Trust proudly supports the area teams and looks forward to seeing you at each and every game.
Whether it's balls and strikes, fouls, or flags, your referees and game officials are a vital part of high school athletics. If you've ever tried your hand at officiating, you know how hard these men and women work, and you certainly know that they would never miss a call intentionally. Keep these things in mind as you attend sporting events. After all, respecting officials and authority figures is one of the most valuable lessons that we could teach our students. This message has been brought to you by your friends at this local radio station and the Missouri State High School Activities Association.
All right, we have a new pitcher out there for Winfield. Let's see what I got here. It's it's going to be number 19, Huckelman. She's going to be pitching. Let's see, she had been playing left field, so I don't know where Grace Reinebach, number 3. I don't know if I'm going to be able to see where she's going to be playing. Yeah, there she is. She's going out into left field. So they just switched places. Anna Huckelman and Grace Reinebach just switched places on defense. But right now, Huckelman is pitching, and we have Peyton Robinson up to bat. And she's ready to bat, and the pitcher's, there's the pitch. A hard hit ball right past third base. So Peyton Robinson is on. She starts off this 4th inning with a base hit. Brings up Kelsey Flaster. So nobody out, 1 runner on. Kelsey Flaster up to bat. She squared up to bunt and pulled it back. The pitch was a strike anyway. So no balls, 1 strike on Kelsey Flaster. infield hit. I'm sorry, right to the pitcher. So did not advance a runner. Brings up Mackenzie Gladney with Peyton Robinson on first and 1 out. Gladney's hit safely every time she's been up. Swing and a miss, strike 1. 1 out, 1 runner on. 1 strike. High fly ball out into center field, and she is there and drops it. And so, and Peyton Robinson comes all the way from first to score. The throw was to home, and Mackenzie Gladney went on into second since the throw was to home. That makes the score 11-4, Elsberry over Winfield. Brings up Tiny Henderson. With 1 out and 1 runner on. Ball 1. She was just thrown out her last time up. And once again, Lily Smith is coming in for Mackenzie Gladney. So courtesy runner Lily Smith coming in for Mackenzie Gladney. She's down on second base. There's a call strike. 1-1 on Tiny Henderson. And there's a little bunt, and she beats it out. They were not playing her for bunt. She fooled them. And so Tiny Henderson is on first with a bunt. And that advanced Lily Smith running for Mackenzie Gladney over to third. So we now have Tyra Henderson up. She's walked her last time up, was hit by the pitch first time up. Second time up, she had a base clearing triple. I'm sorry, base clearing double. And there's a ball hit down the third base line. Lily Smith scores. And Tiny is on third base, and Tyra's on second. Emma Flaster up. And she squared up to bunt. And she takes a called strike. So Tyra Henderson down on second. Tiny Henderson on third. Still just 1 out. Ball hit foul. No balls, 2 strikes. Ball hit to shortstop. She fumbles it. Picks it up, and what are they going to call there? Okay, they called her out. But Tiny Henderson scores. So we had a 6-3 put out for the second out, and it was an RBI. Kylie Kinsler up. Ball one.
It's 13.
Time called. So Tyra Henderson still at third base. Ball hit foul. Scoreboard here is only showing 12 runs for Elsberry. It's 13. Unless I miscounted somewhere along the line, I've got 13 runs for him. There's ball two. There's 3 balls, 1 strike. High foul ball going behind us. 3 balls, 2 strikes. That ball gets past. It gets past the shortstop, and so it is now 14. So 1 runner on. Morgan Jones up to bat. There's a call strike. Ball hit foul. Strike 2. So no balls, 2 strikes. 2 outs. 1 runner on in the form of Kylie Kinsler. Hard hit ball into left field, and she grabs it out of the air. So there's the third out, but 3 runs have scored, and it is now 14-4. So we go to the top of the 5th inning. Score is 14-4, Elsberry over Winfield.
You know, the people pulling the strings are usually hard to reach in today's mega bank world, but here at People's Bank and Trust, you deal with the decision maker. At our community bank, which is what good banking relationships are all about, we all live and work right here. With us, you pull the strings. We're People's Bank and Trust. Troy, Hawk Point, Winfield, O'Fallon, Elsberry, and Bowling Green. Financial security right here at home. Equal housing lender, member FDIC.
At Elsberry Pharmacy and Medicine Shop in Troy, we know what a pharmacy is meant to be. We take the time to know you and your healthcare needs. Most prescriptions are filled in 15 minutes or less, and we offer free local delivery and a friendly and knowledgeable staff to answer your questions. Better service, better value, better healthcare. Locally owned and operated, and proud to be your local independent pharmacies in Elsberry and Troy. Visit us online at medicineshoprx.com.
All right, Tatum Bradshaw up to bat. She's their first base. Here we are in the top of the 5th inning. Score is 14-4. They called that a ball. Huh. Okay. Ball 1. Foul ball down the third base line. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tatum Bradshaw has reached on a walk tonight, and she doubled. The high foul ball back behind us. One ball, 2 strikes. Ball hit right to shortstop. Tyra gets it over to first with that cannon she has for her right arm. 6-3 put out. 1 away for Winfield in the top of the 5th inning. Brings up number 20, Emily Wright, center field. Hard hit ball to short. Tyra picks it up, throws over, and gets her. Once again, tremendous defense from the infield of Elsberry. So another 6-3 put out. Brings up Kylie Howard. She's reached safely 1 time tonight. Ball 1 on Howard. And there's a softly hit ball to second. Flaster picks it up, throws over to first, and 1, 2, 3 go the Winfield Warriors in their half of the 5th inning. So at halfway through the 5th inning, okay, with that 10 run, I guess they're not going to play the 6th inning. All right, so I swear, every time that they do this, I never know what inning they're going to end the game in. I thought they'd go to the bottom of the 6th, but either way, apparently the game's over. So with the 14-4 lead, or the 14-4 win, Elsberry with a tremendous defensive showing. They win this ball game. And so there's really nothing I can say about Elsberry tonight that they did wrong. They did everything right. They had great batting. They had great defense. They need to play like this every game. So I guess there's not much more to talk about here. Like I said, it is tremendous showing. And they just completely dominated the game. And so with this game being over, and I guess the JV is going to play now, I will end this broadcast. Well, let's talk a little bit more about the rest of this week, though. Tomorrow night, we'll be right back here playing Montgomery County. And It'll be, Montgomery County's coming in here to Elsberry to play. That's on Tuesday. Then on Wednesday, we're off. Thursday, Silex will be here to play. And so the Elsberry Lady Indians at 9-6 have 2 more games until districts. District game's going to be at Valley Park on October the 16th. And once again, like I said, 9-6 Lady Indians. And I'm telling you right now, they are a better team than that 9-6 is saying. If they played the rest of this season, or if they played all season like they played tonight, they'd be in a state tournament. So, anyway, I'm going to end this broadcast. I know I already said that once. But from Elsberry, after seeing the Elsberry Lady Indians defeat the Winfield Lady Warriors by a score of 14-4, this is Kenny Masterson saying goodbye from Elsberry, and we'll see you again tomorrow night. Goodbye, everybody.